welcome back. Before we get started on talking about this, let's go out and show you on the, well, let's go outside the garage first. So yesterday evening, late evening, my door panel clips finally showed up. So I've got both doors on. Only bad thing is like right here on this door panel is there was 1, 2, I think 3 clips right here. They all were broken. So needless to say, it's a little loose right there, but it's on. Now, cool thing about this being on is I took it out for a test drive because, I mean, like I said, they came in late. It was almost getting dark. So I went ahead and put them on because I wanted them on. Then I went and took a test drive. Door panels used to rattle like crazy going under it. Well, now they don't rattle no more, which is freaking awesome. But now I hear other rattles. I think it's the tailgate is loose. Because before, I heard the interior. The dashboard is still loose. That's the next thing because we're going to tear this apart. Radio, the switch. Need to hook up horn, and then I'll fix that. But like I say, I think my tailgate's loose now because I heard that a lot banging down the road yesterday. All right. Now, here's the lower control arm. All right, cool. It's all nice, dry, painted, chopped up. Perfect. Now, I'll show you this. Is I went ahead. There's my flashlight. Flashlight. I lost the flashlight. Oh, there it is. Now, again, when you do this, you have to open up the spring pocket, and that's what I did. So I got the plasma cutter out, and I mean, basically, you take this whole section out. That gives you more room for the airbag to fit in there. Now, it's not cleaned up because I'm not gonna sit there and wire wheel, angle grinder, flat disc, get that all cleaned up right now. Reason why, because I currently don't have an airbag. What's the use of putting it in there if I need to do more trimming and more cutting? I'm pretty sure that it's gonna clear. I've done enough that I think I've cleaned it enough open. Shouldn't be an issue. So we're just gonna leave it until I can get the whole airbag set up for the front, which is, on this you have to have the upper and lower cup and an airbag. And you order that whole setup, you put it in, as long as it's the right setup, which, I order from Jason Thorbeck. Of course, it's the right setup from him. So then you put it in, lays frame. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the lower control arm back on, hook everything back up. So lower control arm on, hook it to the spindle, put the steering on, and then I will show you how low this thing goes from what it normally is the ride height to where it would have been before you de-hump the control arm to where it'll sit now. Then later we need to switch over to the other side. But after we get this done, probably gonna yank the motor mount out because I gotta weld those up. Who knows? Let's just get some stuff started. It is hot. Now, one reason why I don't have the camera on while I'm doing a lot of this, 2 reasons. It was, first, just setting the camera up, because I was thinking about doing this the other day, is setting the camera up and just letting it run. Well, a lot of times it's just going to be me sitting here doing nut and bolt, and that's going to be kind of boring. Second thing is, I got the fan running. Well, not now because I'm videoing. And that camera, that fan produces a lot of wind, a lot of noise. So we're just gonna kind of do it how we've been doing it. Try to make the best of it. All right, so I got the whole thing put back together. Everything is just loose, except for the two lower control arm bolts that hold the bottom control arm down there. Those two, they're on tight. Everything out here is loose still, because it's gonna come on and off and on and off a few times. I went ahead and took the sway bar off because it was interfering with how low this thing was gonna go. So it had to come off. Now, there's no saying that once I get this thing done, we might be able to put it back on. We'll see. We'll worry about that when it gets to it. But right now, we had to get it off. All right, so this is where it was. This is ride height right here. Now, we're gonna take it down. Now, one thing is that it's not gonna go as low as it needs to go. Basically, when it's done, this cross member right there will lay on the ground. That's how S10s are. So, the other side is holding it up some because that is still stock suspension on that side. Where's my flashlight? Now, you can see where I de-humped it right there. Now, if I didn't de-hump it, as it sits right now, the lower control arm would be touching the frame. Now, over on that side over there, I might have to trim. Like I said, I'm not done trimming because that side might have to be cut a little bit more on the actual frame, because we're like 1/4 of an inch away. Over here, we're about an inch. So that side's gonna have to get cut. Now, as you can see, this truck has hella gangster lean on it right now. So what we're gonna do next, we have to slide the truck over. So I'm gonna move the wood out of the way, that way we can slide the truck over as far as I can and give me enough room over here to start tearing this side apart and getting it all chopped up. Then, once I get that side chopped up and get it looking like this side, the truck will lay, the front at least, will lay on the ground. Well, I'll probably do a lot of that off camera because, I mean, kind of shows you how to do this, theoretically. So the other side is just the same thing, but, you know. So that might be off camera, we never know, but you never know. We might get into something else on this video. We'll let you know. All right, well, we're just gonna keep working on this and see how it flows. Okay, so it's, I think 2 days later after what I stopped recording. I've went ahead and completely cut the whole thing apart. So this side is done. Spring pockets cut, everything's done. Slightly put back together. I have moved the truck and kind of got it centered back in the garage. But I have not set this thing on the ground yet. So basically it was kind of sitting that way. Finished this side, then I slid the thing over, put a jack stand underneath of it, and let it sit. So let's go ahead, set this thing on the ground and see how low it goes. I was thinking off camera, I think I said that it'll lay on the ground. I'm not 100% sure. I think I need drop spindles because I was sitting there thinking about all my other trucks that I've done. And only one truck that I have, one S10 that I did not have drop spindles on it. But it was running 13-inch wire wheels with, you know, the normal size tire, you know, all that kind of stuff. So the tire and wheel and tire combo was a real small diameter versus 17s with a low profile tire. So that was the only one that I did not run drop spindles on. everything else I had drop spindles on. So I think I'm gonna have to buy drop spindles for this. But let's set the tripod down right here in front of the truck. And let's give it a shot and see how low it goes. I do know, as I did measure, is these are 15s with some big old bubble tires on them. The 17s with low profile tires are going to be the same height. So I'm going to build the truck with these tires on it, and then when I get the tires for the 17s, we'll just slap them on, because again, overall diameter is the same. All right, let's drop this thing down and see how far it goes, or how far it doesn't go. All right, well, as I kind of thought, it does not fully touch the ground. So we are, well, I'd say about 2 inches. Let's get a tape measure here and measure this thing. All right, so I'm gonna probably say that we're about 2 inches. Exactly. I am exactly 2 inches off the ground. Okay, but everything clears. There is no touching of the spring pocket to there. All right, that side looks good. Yeah. All right, everything looks good. So, heck yeah, I'm happy with this. Now we need to start working on the back. And I guess I'll be ordering drop spindles here real soonly. Because yeah, see, this thing still moves. Now there's one massive rake on this thing. All right, well, what do I want to do? I don't know. I want to do something. I don't feel like ending this video yet. We might, I don't know. I'm gonna eat me some dinner and think about it. So once I get back from dinner, I'll let you know what the plans are for the end of this video. Well, it's the next day, and I guess we're just gonna go ahead and end this video because I have a lot of things I need to do around the house. One of them is cut the yard. I mean, grass is terrible. And well, I don't think nobody really wants to watch me cut grass, even though there is quite a few YouTube channels out there of people cutting grass. But we're not gonna get into that. So we're gonna call this video a day, and we'll pick it up probably tomorrow or the next day on some new things that I need to get done and continue working on the cars. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.